Welcome to the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country. This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Voice.
Boom, boom, boom.
G'day, New Zealand. Welcome to Daily Bhuja. Great to have your company this Tuesday afternoon. It's the 23rd of January. It's a moist and sticky and moody kind of day in the North Island. Been some horrendous downpours. Everyone's a little bit sweaty in the studio too, to be perfectly honest with you. But we've got an amazing show coming up, no question about that. Oh man. Andrew Fagan from the Mockers is going to come in and have a bit of a chat to us. Boy, that takes me back, doesn't it? Really takes me back. We discussed the fact that Waitangi Day is on a Tuesday, of course, which is bloody stupid.
What the hell is that about?
Because, you know, I mean, you have your weekend, you got to work on the Monday, and then you go and have a bloody holiday on a Tuesday. Well, I mean, what's that about? I mean, why can't you just have it on the Monday? Why couldn't they have signed the agreement on the Monday? Or the Friday? We could have a long weekend and it wouldn't have been a problem at all. We've got some amazing tickets to give away for gigs around this great country of ours. Boy, oh boy, do we ever. We've also got a, what's that there? A Hutch Wilco adult life jacket with probe light. Bloody amazing prize.
Hutch Wilco life jacket.
We've also got some top tips a little bit later on in the show. Of course, as always, Lee Hart's named that tune. And for all the real Bhuja fans out there, maybe today we'll get into a bit of Bhuja admin just to really juice everyone up. In the meantime, here's Fat Boy Slim. Fat Boy Slim there on Radio Hodaki.
What a fun little tune.
Yeah, isn't it a great little ditty? It really gets you into the sort of whole vibe of the day, really, doesn't it? I might start playing that when I get up in the morning, just to really give me a bit of a pep.
Yeah, I listen to music in the shower. If I'm keen for a big day, I'll set the music up so I can hear it in the shower. Different songs for different. You know, if I need to be pumped, I'll play Eye of the Tiger or...
that's a great song for pumping you up, Eye of the Tiger. That is an outstanding... Do you sing in the shower? I sing in the shower.
Yep.
Quite a lot. Mm-hmm. Now, listen, really bad news, of course, about Neil Diamond. Because I know you're a big fan. I'm a huge fan. And I know, Matt, you're a huge fan of Neil Diamond.
Big
Sadly, cancelling his New Zealand tour because of Parkinson's, which is really sad. But he is one of the great musicians of all time, Neil Diamond.
To know it.
Oh.
Yeah, who doesn't know that song?
Well, exactly.
That's right. Well, that's right. I didn't know that. I only found that out in the news. So that he's getting on, and I suppose that generation now is starting to experience that stuff. A lot of dying, of course, but he must be mid-70s.
Yeah, I'd say
late
mid-70s, even getting into his 80s now, Neil Diamond. But he's still doing a great job. He still, I think, has the biggest concert of all time, Neil Diamond.
Well, a lot of his musicians, right, at a Neil Diamond concert, used to play in Elvis's band before he died.
Right, okay.
The bass player, the drummer, and guitarist.
Well, there you go.
I think Sweet Caroline must still be the number one tune sort of sung drunkly by white people in Irish bars.
I've certainly seen you sing it a few times. That time in Hamilton, man.
Never sung it sober.
Speaking of which...
Don't know the words.
Now, that video you posted today, Matt, of Lee, was it Lee?
Not me.
It's definitely not you, because a lot of people
was.
have been saying, was that Lee? Because we were watching that having those moments of going, yeah, no, it definitely is.
Well, you would have been there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, I would have been there.
No. I mean, I tell you what, I wish it was me.
You wouldn't spill so much beer, though.
I could have done the dive off the end of the bar. I don't think I could have done the land on the knees and jump up again.
Right, okay. Yeah, well,
in the one go.
I can't see many people trying to catch you if you did the big dive off the end of the bar.
No,
I mean, people could be seriously hurt.
Look, I'd like to take credit for that, but unfortunately it's not me, so hats off to whoever it was. Actually looks like it might have been in the States somewhere.
Yeah, the guy was wearing a Highlanders jumper. If you haven't seen it, it's up on the Daily Bhuja Instagram and also the Facebook page.
So just remind you, it's not me. It's not me. I don't like to take the credit for other people's work.
Right, okay.
And I'm a lot sexier than that.
Yeah, and you're much lighter on your feet, actually.
Yeah, I think I am,
because I've seen you dance, and you're pretty...
And to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever worn a kilt in my life.
Have you never?
I don't think I have.
That says more about you, I think.
Yeah.
Well, kilts are actually... I've been told, as a general rule, and I could be wrong on this, that women find kilts very sexy. I used to wear... When I was at university, I used to wear a kilt.
Just at lectures and stuff?
Yeah, and a little French beret. You know, one of those berets and a kilt. And I even had the big, I don't know what you call the belt that you have in a kilt with a big furry kind of buckle on it.
Yeah, that's called the, it'll come back to me. Hey, but what's coming up in the show, Jace?
Well, we've got Andrew Fagan coming in from the Mockers.
Yeah.
We've got Top Tips coming up. What else have we got coming up? Oh, we've got we're going to tap into your spirituality again, Lee.
Oh, nice.
See what you come up with. Plenty, mate, plenty. We've got things to give away. We've got tickets to give away. Incidentally, text us 3483 the gig that you want to go to this summer, and we may give you a call.
That's right, and I've got some sad news about one of my relatives.
Oh, no.
I hurt myself today.
Johnny Cash there, Hurt. I always listen to that song. It's a sort of song where, that you listen to after you've broken up with your wife of 20 years. I could see you.
Have
sitting,
you done that a few times?
Well, a couple of times, and I could see you in your undies drinking bourbon on the couch, just listening to that song, Lee. Maybe the roof's leaking. It's a pretty grim time in your life. A great song, but geez, it's a bit heavy.
Yeah, but I like that. I like getting what's the word for it?
Loathing.
Reflective.
Yeah. And your dog, Benny's sitting there staring at you.
Yeah.
You're not sure if he hates you or, judging you.
It's the sort of song that I would like to listen to if I was, dressed in a suit, maybe with my tie slightly askew, walking in the pouring rain, listening to. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I imagine myself in a white singlet with stains all down it.
Yeah,
bourbon stains, chili con carne.
Yeah,
and
wearing nothing but your undies
and empty boxes all over the house.
Yes, and one sock on your foot. Yep. And you can't find the other, and you spend hours looking for that other sock. Listening to Johnny Cash. You've been there, haven't you? I can tell there's a little glimmer of recognition when I talk about that kind of story.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be quite an up show.
No, it's definitely going to be an up show.
I think I was feeling upbeat before the show.
Hey, remember, text 3483, cheer us up, let us know what's on your mind, let us know how we can cheer you up. I know we're going to be giving away plenty of tickets to amazing gigs, so it's one way to cheer each other up.
We've got cheese to give away.
We've got cheese as well.
Cheese to give away.
T-shirts.
Oh, I don't know if you've seen I actually haven't seen the new Bhuja Hawk T-shirts, Lee Hart, but they're actually quite cool.
I've got one, haven't I? I've got the better one than that.
Oh, okay. Well, I like these new ones as well.
I got the blue one.
Yeah, I've got the blue one too.
Speaking of good moods, Matty, you've been in an excellent mood this week. What's up, mate? What's going on in your life that's putting you in such a positive frame of mind?
Tell you what, Jace, let's put the shoe on the other foot. What's going on in life that's not putting me in the glass is half full, Is
everything clicking into place for you, is it?
If you appreciate everything in life that you got, you wake up, you got your health, you got 2 legs to walk in, you got some food to eat. I mean, what's there to be dark about?
Oh, okay. Jeez, all right.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget, of course, it's also Shout Out Tuesday, Lee Hart. So if you've got any shout-outs to someone that you love or care about, or you maybe want to make contact with, anything that you want to sell, perhaps, text
an
us
ex-girlfriend,
on
maybe. Ex-girlfriend you see on Facebook, you can't trace her down because she's got, like, a new name now. She's not going under a maiden name anymore. You want to track her down and say g'day? We can maybe put feelers out on the air for you.
We actually, funny you should say that, Lee, we actually have people in the office that do a bit of investigative stuff. So if we are trying to track someone down, we can give
What's that TV show called? TV1?
Yeah, I know that one.
So basically, people that maybe haven't seen each other.
Or something.
Lost and found.
I think just because the guys in the office Facebook stalk a lot of girls around the building, I don't think that means they're investigative.
Well, maybe there's a relative you've lost many years ago, you haven't connected with, a parent, perhaps. We can put you in touch.
Now, speaking of which, you've got some sad news on that front, I believe.
No, we just had to do an exhumation the other day.
Oh, okay. Here's a war on drugs. Run DMC there in Aerosmith on Daily Bhuja Lee Hart.
Can I do a bit of a check there, Jay? Sorry to do this. Should have done it before the show. Sorry,
good,
mate. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Buckle my shoe. Come on in. 3 4 knocking on the door. Thank you. Sounds good.
Sounding good for you there, Matt?
Yeah, I got that loud and clear.
I might just do
How about Palmy? Did Palmy get that?
I might do a little check too. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red lorry, yellow. You guys good? Can you hear that?
Yeah, I'm getting that.
I got the lorries, but I didn't get the leathers.
Okay, good. Now listen, dare I ask, Lee Hart, you were saying that you were having to exhume one of your relatives.
Yeah, we did that over the weekend, actually. An exhumation, I think they call it officially.
Yeah.
Our great uncle. And
What uncle was that, can I ask?
a great uncle Shank.
Shank?
Shank, yeah.
Okay. And was Uncle Shank your mother's or your father's side?
Both, funny enough.
Okay, how does that happen?
I don't know. We don't really go into it, but apparently
Is
he...
that one of those family secrets that
You
no
don't
one
wanna-
talks
Yeah,
about?
he was
don't wanna tug on that thread.
equally related on both sides, which makes him extra close to us in many ways.
Right, okay.
But, they exhumed him over the weekend.
Can I ask why would that happen? Because, usually when you exhume someone, it's to do with a crime or something like that. They've committed
foul play,
a foul play kind of
Do an
scenario.
autopsy, check that if there's any poison. No. A lot more simple than that. He, as far as we know him, is fairly healthy. He was getting on. He's 87.
Okay.
To give you an idea of how healthy he was, he was reading, a fine print book right up to the day he died without glasses on. That's how healthy he was.
Shit, that's good.
Yeah.
So what, did he have a heart attack or something?
No, a bookcase fell on him, actually. Like one of those large, he was on one of those ladders, like a floor-to-ceiling bookcase.
Oh, right,
Trying to
yeah.
get a book off the top there.
Oh, God.
Dickens, I think. And
Dickens is always at the top for some
yeah,
reason,
that's right.
isn't it? So he had like a bookcase ladder, did he?
Yeah, and we're thinking he may have fallen off the ladder, pulled the bookshelf with him. The whole thing sort of came over on top of him, so that wasn't pretty. Bookcases are heavy. Books are heavy.
Well, particularly when it goes right up to the ceiling. That's
Yeah.
a hell of a bookcase.
So he was, you could say he's buried for maybe 3 weeks before the exhumation. Exhumation, I think is the correct word. Before he was exhumed. The good thing about that, many family members couldn't actually make the burial the first time around.
Right,
Because they
okay.
were overseas, or it was around that Christmas sort of time. Everyone was all over the show.
But
A
what
lot more people showed up to the exhumation, actually, family members.
did they? Well, that was nice with the family, but I mean, you haven't answered the question as to why he was exhumed. Well, I mean, why did you need to exhume him?
Oh, right, okay. His jacket. My aunt is still alive, right?
Right, okay. What's her name?
Velma.
Aunt Velma.
Yeah.
She was married to Uncle Shank.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shank and Velma.
Was that your mum or dad's side, Velma?
Oh, Velma was very much my mum's side,
Okay.
which in a way puts her on both Shank's side as well.
So they were kind of, before they were married, they were kind of related too.
They didn't know each other.
Right, okay.
But sort of digress, what happened was, so she's not very good with accounts and that kind of stuff. She relied very much on Uncle Shank for that kind of stuff. She's
Okay.
very much a old school homebody, great aunt. And she had no access to accounts, FPOS cards or anything. And all the FPOS cards, the credit cards, were buried in Uncle Shank's jacket on the inside.
Yeah.
You see?
And I suppose they were all in his name or
Yeah,
something.
that's right. No one knew. She knew the PIN numbers, but she had no cards, and she'd go to the bank, try to explain the situation, and they go, "No, that's what you need. He needs to sign it. He needs to come in here. You're going to have to open a new account. We need ID from him, and well, he's dead." This is the stuff you don't understand. What happens at banks when you get to that stage of life? How complicated it could be. The easiest thing was to go to the courts and see if we could get him exhumed, brought up to the surface, crack open the coffin, get the jacket open, get the spare car keys as well.
Yeah.
Back door keys.
Yeah.
The keys for the Sigma. And
Did he have those all on him, did he?
It's amazing what he had on him, actually.
Oh, jeez.
A lot of interesting stuff too, and the cards, the FPOS cards, and gave them right there and then at the site to Auntie Velma, and then reburied him.
Geez, that must have been a poignant moment when she got the FPOS cards and the spare keys and stuff.
Yeah,
Did
we're
people
really
cry?
getting your independence back.
Yeah, I bet. And how's Velma now? Is she doing all right?
Well, at least she can spend and she can drive now.
Yeah, that's true.
Why'd you need the spare keys, though? Who are the actual ones?
Well, you might lose those, Matt, particularly if you're at 80s.
Okay.
Yep. This is all detail, Matt. We don't know these things.
Here's Tool.
Bhuja with Lee and Jace on Radio Hodaki.
Tool there on Radio Hodaki with Lee Hart and Jason Hoy. They're taking the piss a little bit there, Lee Hart. 6 minutes 36.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Did that not go through the Bhuja editing process?
Well, I'll tell you what. That'll be the last song Tool plays for another whole month.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Make a note of that, will you?
Speaking of making a note of things, someone's texted in with regards to your Uncle Shank and said it's lucky he wasn't cremated.
Lucky for Aunt Velma, yeah.
Yeah, because all the FPOS cards would have been burnt to a cinder.
That's right.
And Velma would have been none the better off, as it were.
That's right.
Speaking of which, when you get buried, is there anything that you want buried with you?
You like old Viking style?
Well, yeah,
Like,
you know, like
like-
Tutankhamun
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing. You know what I mean?
A lot of people get their pets and stuff buried with them, don't they?
Oh, you're not going to get Benny buried with you, eh?
No, well, what I mean is, it's a bit mean just because you're dying to put something down to
Oh,
be
you
buried
mean,
with.
you mean take the pet with you?
Yeah.
Even if it's in good health. Right, yeah, just put it down
Yeah.
and bring it with you.
But I'm not very materialistic. I don't think I'll be taking items with me.
Right,
It's
okay.
that old saying, if you can't take it with you. You know, money, that kind of thing, or jewellery.
Have you got your funeral song sorted out? You got your list, your musical list? It's just good to know these things so that, you know, if anything ever happened to you, I could say to your partner or whatever, oh, no, he mentioned on the show he'd like this at his funeral. Anything in particular you need?
I know you want a Green Day compilation, don't you?
I want a Green Day compilation.
For the funeral.
Absolutely.
Do you want Hauraki to maybe do the whole funeral?
Oh, look, I'd be happy for them to do that. In terms of eulogies, who do you want speaking there? I'm happy to give a bit of a eulogy.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Look, I'd like to have a bit of an input on my own funeral as well. I wouldn't mind pre-recording something.
You don't want to be one of those people that has a funeral before you die, do you?
No, but I wouldn't mind maybe an image of me coming up and chatting.
Hi, everyone.
By then, you might be able to do a hologram.
Yeah, well, by then.
I reckon that would be freaky, you know what I mean? You know, someone's
If you're
passed on,
watching
you
this,
go,
it means
yeah,
I'm dead.
Yeah. Hey, but thanks for coming along to the funeral, and it's good to see so many faces here.
Here's a bit of
etc.
goss you don't know about.
Can't you get your ashes pressed into a vinyl?
I have heard that.
Yes,
I
you
have
can.
heard that.
Do that.
Yeah.
What kind of music would it be, though?
Green Day medley.
Well, you put what you need on it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think funerals are probably getting more and more, tailor made for the person involved. You can. I mean, what happened at one of my another relative's funerals? An aunt.
Do you have a lot of death in your family?
Well, this is kind of my fault, actually. I went round to her house and I was trying to introduce her to Spotify, the music thing.
Whose house was it?
It was my aunt,
Okay.
Wendy. And what happened, she said, oh, this is brilliant. And because she was getting on, she said, I showed her how to make playlists. Okay. So what she did, she ended up making a playlist for her funeral. The 12 songs she wanted to play throughout the whole funeral. You know,
songs.
well, you know, the walking in, the sitting there, the walking out, you know, this sort of stuff for 12. Maybe, you know. So she did this playlist, and I knew, of course, and I had it logged in. And with Spotify there, and when we got to the funeral, I forgot to tell everyone to like switch their phones off. And it ended up picking up someone else's Spotify account.
Oh, no.
And started playing the wrong playlist throughout the whole funeral.
Oh, jeez.
Jesus, you know. So it was playing a whole lot of sort of Prodigy and Tool.
Justin
funny enough,
Bieber.
there's a bit of Tool. Just kind of full on stuff.
Oh, Soundgarden-y kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
heavy rock.
Really
Metallica.
full on, yeah. Motorhead.
Well, everyone might have thought that, you know, this was actually, you know, your aunt was pretty cool and hip. What a great way to go with a bit of hard rock.
Yeah.
Everyone's sort of walking up to pay their respects and Smack My Bitch Up's playing.
Yeah, totally. It was pretty full on. The Ace of Spades, I think, was playing while they were sort of carrying the casket down the thing. The Ace of Spades! It was full on.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, it was memorable. It's memorable.
Well, that's the main thing. That's what you want it to be.
Yeah.
Hey, plenty more coming up very shortly, but in the meantime, let's go to some really amazing ads. Cage the Elephant there on radio. Hodaki with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Yes, indeed. You're on the radio.
Certainly you are. Now, Andrew Fagan will be coming in at some point of the show. We don't exactly know when, and, you know, it's often the way with musicians, and this is nothing against musicians, but, you know, they make their own rules and they make their own time, and that's how it should be.
Well, we get so many guests here on this show, don't we, Jace? You know, scientists, economists, politicians, actors, musicians, people of all shapes and sizes come through. Really, it's a blur, really, in the day, isn't it?
Yeah, and actually, just on that note, Lee Hart, if you want to be a guest on our show, text us 3483. Tell us what you want to chat about. Maybe you've got a innovative new product or something like that.
That's
we'll
right.
talk to you.
Maybe you've got an issue. Maybe you've got an issue with what's happening in society. You want to talk about it on a top-rating, hard-hitting show.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you can call us on 0800 Hodaki or text us 3483. Yes, Matt?
No, I was thinking maybe even bands which are euphemisms, such as Cage the Elephant.
Is that, you reckon it is?
Well, that's what I thought off the bat.
Off the bat's another one, is it?
Exactly. We can
Okay.
discuss all these things.
Hey, what's coming up music-wise, by the way? I don't want to go to it yet, But what is coming up? Just to give the listeners a bit of a preview.
Oh, we've got the Black Keys.
Yeah?
We've got a bit of the Mockers.
Yeah?
We've got heaps of stuff. I'm guessing, and I can't actually see the board at the moment, but I'd take a wild stab and say we've got some Green Day there.
And I'll tell you what, later on, I'm going to give you some details on how you can go to the Christchurch Beer Festival this weekend on Saturday. Especially if you're in the Christchurch area, you want to go to that, come along and see us at the Wakachangi stand, and I'll get you some tickets, get you in.
That sounds good, mate. Also, I'm thinking if Andrew Fagan's, coming in, we should talk to him about doing Bhuja Palooza. He's doing a bit of a comeback tour with the Mockers.
That's the question we have been asking all the top acts.
Maybe we could make Bhuja Palooza, just off the top of my head, a comeback gig. So that everyone that plays in it is making a comeback. Your Wild Turkey, the Mockers, bands like that.
What was that stage show you did?
The stage show that I did.
Yeah, didn't you?
Sugar and Spice.
Sugar and Spice.
There you go.
Gee, it was so funny actually because Johnny and I did a gig, not long ago, and doing all our old stuff, which was quite physical. And we were about 3 minutes into it, and we were completely rooted. We were wheezing and puffing and holding our backs. Not the same, Matt. We don't have quite the young body that I had back then.
You just got to train for it.
You just got to train, mate. Also, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of training. You were meant to be training this morning. How did that go?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I took the sports shoes. It was good. Yeah, no, still easing into it. But I think he'd be pretty impressed at where I was at that point of the comeback.
Was he?
I think so, yeah.
Well, that's
we didn't
good,
say
mate.
as much, but I got that impression.
Good stuff.
We're still walking around the block when he tells us to run around, but he doesn't know that, so don't mention that.
Could we bring back Sports Cafe for the Bhuja Palooza?
Now you're talking. That's going to cost you money.
Well, I keep asking the question, actually, where's Lana Cocroft?
Yeah.
Where's Mark?
Where's Rick Solizzo?
I'm not so worried about Rick Solizzo.
Hiding out on the Where Are They Now files.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Where he is.
Trying to come on our show and sell sofas.
Eric Rush will be keen, won't he?
Rushy, yep.
What about Graham
Hill?
Graham Hill?
Yep.
Good DJ, Graham Hill.
Certainly is.
Bloody good DJ.
Certainly is.
Anyway, that much more
Bhuja
after
of
5.
KFC's. Welcome to the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country. This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
Yeah, sure. It's great to have your company this Tuesday
That
afternoon.
takes you back, doesn't it?
No, it really takes me what the news does.
Ads, wasn't it?
Sorry, it was just
news,
ads.
Right,
Oh, but sometimes ads can take you back.
They can.
It's like that old KFC ad. With the bouncy...
Yeah, let's get back
geez,
to it.
that really takes me back.
It certainly does.
Why do people ring me while I'm doing a live radio show, Lee Hart? I'm a top radio DJ.
There you go. Are we doing Name That Tune now?
I think we should do Name That Tune
I've got
now.
to do it now before I forget it.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I know that you're really excited about doing Name That Tune because you've been practicing like buggery, I tell you that much. All right, it's time now for Lee Hart's Name That Tune.
Well, that's right, people. I'm going to take you right back. And a bit of a classic. I'm not going to say too much about it, and I'm not going to play too much either, but here we go.
Oh.
That's it. That's all you're getting.
Oh.
That's all you're getting.
If you can name that tune, New Zealand, give us a call right now on 0800 Hodaki. Love to hear from you. In the meantime, here's the Black Keys. The Black Keys.
Yeah, take you back.
Radio Hodaki. Before that, of course, we had Lee Hart's Name That
Yes,
Tune.
we
As
did.
always, the phone lines have gone crazy. We've got Jono on the line, who's an Auckland drummer, and I'm picking my vibers, Lee,
Yep.
that Jono is going to get it. G'day, mate.
Hi, g'day.
G'day, mate. Now, Jono, how confident... Should we just send the prize to you anyway, or how confident are you?
Well, I guess I'm getting there,
Yeah.
Okay,
When you
okay.
say you're an Auckland drummer, who do you drum for, Jono?
I'm more like a session drummer, I guess, but I
Okay.
sometimes drum
like
for
a session
Holly
drinker.
Smith and Avalanche City, and I used to play for Tuhuna Breaks and a few other things. I actually met
Stuff.
Lee and Matt at Grand Central one time when they were sort of on the Source, which was heaps of fun. They came in while we were playing.
Oh,
Yes,
good
yes.
stuff.
Yeah, that's
good
right.
stuff,
That's
Jono.
right.
All right, mate, let's
Yeah.
cut to the chase.
Yeah, memories.
Can you name that tune, Jono?
I do believe it's the classic Forever Tuesday Morning.
Bye.
The Market, of course.
Okay.
Well, should we get a second opinion on that, Jace?
Yeah, I think we should get a second opinion on that, Lee Hart.
Andrew Fagan from the Mockers. Was that correct?
I got a feeling that he is correct, Lee.
Brilliant.
Yeah, well done,
So
Jono.
prizes in order then. Now, what do we do now? Do we play it out, Matt, the song?
Well, no, we can have a chat and then play it out.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to chat to me, or?
I mean,
No,
we
we'll
could
chat to you off air.
Jono, but you see, this is confusing now. What we'll do, Jono, we'll put you on hold. Tom will sort you out with the prize. We'll listen to the song, and then we'll come back and talk to Andrew.
Sounds good.
Okay, so you're going to play the song.
Yeah, okay. Do it, Matty.
Play it out.
Whoa,
slow down.
yes. The mock is there for every
That
Tuesday
silly
morning.
does take me back,
I was going to
Jess.
say, Lee Hart, boy, that takes me back. And Andrew Fagan, g'day, mate.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you?
I'm pretty mature these days.
Well, you look. Well, can I say, have you been working out? Because you're looking pretty buff, man.
Oh, thank you very much.
I think it's the
Jason.
cut-off sleeves
Oh, it
that you
is.
got on the T-shirt.
A friend calls me Rambo because I'm going for that Rambo look.
Yeah, looks good,
He's
mate.
into getting that. Looks like you
good.
got a bit of sun over the summer. Been out on the boat and all.
Yeah, a little bit of boat, a lot of maintenance more than anything, to be honest, rather than enjoying
Yeah.
things. But yeah, no, been out there in the sunlight doing what you do.
That's the thing about boats, isn't it? It's a kind of full-time job doing maintenance. Because you would talk about proper little yachts, aren't we?
Yeah.
In your case.
Oh yeah, yes, small sailing ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the centreboarders, but I've also got a couple of bigger ones. But yeah, just maintenance.
Because you've done some pretty serious missions on the old boats, haven't you?
Well, yeah, I've got.
What's the biggest sail you've done?
Well, I got this boat called Swirly World in perpetuity. I didn't name it. This old hippie who built it named it. 1972, 40 years old. I sailed around New Zealand in 2007. I went down to the Auckland Islands.
Beautiful.
That's by myself, so it's
So you stuff that up next stop, Antarctica, really, isn't it?
yeah, that's right. So the boat's 5.4 metres long, about 18 feet, So that's the smallest boat that I've ever done that trip in. I went across to Australia and back in '94, and I'm working towards trying to do another trip.
These are solo trips, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what do you do? When you're having a bit of a rest? Do you just sort of point it in a direction and just hope it goes that way?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, you got self-steering wind vane, right? So you just
Oh,
set-
yeah, the
set it
self-steering
up.
wind vane for
Yeah,
sure.
And then
Yep.
you go inside, and so it's all about conserving energy, and but the days go by. It took me 18 days to get to Australia, and 18 days back, and a couple of months around New Zealand. So it's just about where you put yourself, depending on what weather's coming. It's a trick.
Good stuff.
we could do a whole show just on that, be honest.
Yeah, well, we
with
actually-
my sort of
absolutely could.
adventure stuff. And
I admire people like you, Andrew, that do that because it would give me. I'd go insane in the middle of the ocean by myself.
Well, I read all the books when I was a teenager, and it just sort of set the seed there that I wanted to have a go. And I've learnt that I've done probably about 20,000 miles by myself offshore, out of sight of land, and I've got to the point where I do like it.
Yeah.
when I think of that Auckland Islands, kind of those down that way, and trying to navigate, you think of Shackleton and that when he was trying to find that Georgia, was it?
It's South Georgia from
South
Elephant
Georgia.
Island, quite correct
Yeah,
there, Lee.
unbelievable.
Yeah, no, it's pretty mean down there. 50 degrees south, you can, the winds, the big seas coming around the globe.
Good golly, but tell you what, that's not what we're here to do.
That's not what we're here for.
We're here to chat about the Mockers tour, which is happening, of course, in March, the March tour.
That's right.
But you did it last year, of course, a slightly bigger tour, which went incredibly well.
We did 10 dates last January 2017, first time in 30 years, so it was a reunion tour. And these 4 dates in March are pretty much the same, just a condensed version of it, but we're promoting a DVD, double CD that we recorded at the power station last year. So that's what this is all about, really.
Fantastic.
So this is a way of... So there might be a tour next year with the DVD of this tour.
Somehow I don't think so.
It must be great going into... we'll have a quick break and we'll come back and discuss this, but you were saying sort of off air when you went into last year's tour, it was a bit of the unknown in a way, whether people would show up, this kind of thing, but obviously they did in droves, highly successful, so you must be slightly more confident this time.
Yeah, hopefully they will again. You never know. Two in 1 year,
Which
almost.
I find really surprising, Andrew, because the Mockers are huge. Very much a part of when I was, listening to music, or was just starting to listen to music. Heaps of New Zealanders know Mockers. I mean, it was the soundtrack of New Zealand for a while, wasn't it?
Well,
I mean, surely you would expect huge crowds.
Well, because it was so long ago, I wasn't sure, to be honest.
Right.
We're talking mid-'80s, right? So, I mean, as a band, we were active from 1980 to 1987.
Yeah.
And then I took off to England, and we played a few gigs over there, but it all sort of fizzled out like it often does.
Yes.
For bands. And so it had been a long time, and to be honest, I sort of took for granted what we did, the amount of playing we did. We did a lot of live giving. Those were the days when people played live. you know.
Yeah.
Big 6-week tours, back all just going round and around the countryside. So you played to a lot of New Zealanders, and we played a lot of schools as well. We played those blue light police discos.
Oh, hell yeah.
We did the whole spectrum, you know. So that's,
And you're selling records while you're doing it too, which is good. Actual vinyls. I remember at the time, my brother buying the Exponents one and me buying the Mockers, the album there, and we're at Christmas and swapping over. And then I'd illegally tape his one and he'd illegally tape yours.
with the cassettes.
Nice. Hey, we'll just hold it there. In the meantime, we'll go to the Butthole Surface. We'll be back with Andrew in just a second. Butthole Surface there on Radio Hauraki with special guest Andrew Fagan and with us in studio. Now, Andrew, for this sort of reunion tour, have you got all the old band?
Yes, we have, really. The main touring band that we did most of the years with, the Mockers. There's Jeff Hayden, who plays bass. He's been living in London for the last 30 years.
You're black cab driver.
Black cab driver.
So when you went over the first time, he went over then as well and never came back.
Never came back, so that was great seeing him again last year for that first reunion tour.
And did he still have it?
Oh, yeah, Jeff.
His bass, did he still have it?
He did. He hung it on the wall for a few
good.
years.
I was just making sure that's
But
yeah.
he's still got it locked in there as a good solid bass player. And then Tim Weddy lives in Sydney. He's out in Blue Mountain, so he's coming across. So yeah, and Brett Adams is in Auckland. We've got Chris O'Connor from the Phoenix Foundation.
Yep,
Jason.
drums.
He's filling in on drums. He's great. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Very, very natural and real.
Yeah, we love the guys from the Phoenix Foundation. We chat to them quite
Big
often.
fans of this show.
Oh, they're huge fans of this show, Andrew. Huge fans of this show.
So you're getting back on the road. So what do you love most about it? Obviously, you've seen these guys again, and just feeling the love of the crowd, I suppose.
It's, I think, doing the songs justice. I mean, it's an authentic retro 80s thing. So all the keyboard sounds, everything is the way it was.
Yeah, you don't have to
know.
try and disguise it and go, this is how I would have done it now, kind of thing. You play it how the album sounded.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I think the same with Tim, the keyboard player. He's got all that sort of retro 80s stuff nailed. So it's actually nice just to sing the songs and just be the singer, you know, and whack it out. And it's great when people appreciate them, you know, which, like I say, was a bit of a shock to me, but it's...
And do you think, the fact that, because you talked about it a little bit earlier on, that you guys used to tour all the time, do live gigs all the time, do you think that was kind of the key and the foundation for building up the fan base that you had in terms of...
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it was the fact that we played and played and played and played, you know.
Yeah.
And in a way, it's unfortunate these days that you can't... It doesn't work that way so much.
Yeah.
Then again, and perhaps it's easier when you something out on YouTube and everyone likes you and then you've got a ready-made audience quickly, but
Yeah,
in
but
those
it's not the
days,
same. The engagement isn't there, that connection, I don't think. Hey, speaking of the live gigs, though, March 2018 tour, what we're looking at here is Tauranga.
Tauranga, the 1st of March.
1st of March.
Totra Street.
That's it. That's
There
a
you go.
neat venue.
Then,
that
of
one.
course, you're going
Mount
2nd of
Maunganui.
March to San Fran and Wellington.
That's correct. Cuba Street.
Yeah.
Which is, and then, of course, Tuning Fork in Auckland, Sunday the 4th of March. And I believe you're doing Selwyn Sounds Festival down Lincoln Christchurch Way, which will be great. But these tickets, of course, available at Ticketmaster, Jace.
Yeah, mate.
Which is, you're better at this kind of stuff than me. But I think the key is what we've been doing, giving a lot of tickets away over the last sort of few weeks, live gigs. And this will be no exception. We'll make sure we've got some free tickets before March that we can give away perhaps on air here to a couple of
Good on you,
couple of
Lee.
fans,
And
yeah.
there'll be the DVD, of course, which is what it's all about.
Yeah, the DVD.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So
DVD.
March 1st?
I think it comes out on the 20th, a little bit earlier, maybe a week before that.
maybe we can give a couple of DVDs away.
That's a bloody good idea, mate. Now, Andrew, also, listen, we say this to all the musicians that come into the show. When you're on tour, give us a call, mate.
Oh, well.
If you're doing a sound check and stuff, just call us up. We love hearing from musicians on the road.
Yeah.
No problem at all, guys. Absolutely. Thanks for the offer.
Plus, if there's one more gig you can squeeze in, we're not sure of the date. We're organising a festival called Bhuja Palooza, which is be up north somewhere.
Oh, you're jealous.
And we're trying to get a lot of bands in there to make it a real kind of interesting event.
What time of year's that?
Well, we're looking at, what do we say?
January, February,
April?
May.
Okay. Well, when I give you a call when we're on tour, we'll just see if you
can discuss that,
if you've
yeah.
nailed down the date.
That'll help. I'll give you that.
Well, it's a bit of a nightmare with us with dates, Andrew. We're always trying to nail down bloody dates. But, mate, it's been a pleasure having you in the studio. All the best with the tour. I'm sure it's going to be awesome as always. And stay in touch, why don't you?
Thanks, Jason. Good on you.
Thanks,
mate.
Here's Alt J.
Beautiful, Jace. Just before you kick into that thing off the wire there, keep those texts coming in. Some beautiful texts coming in, like this one. Saw the Mockers at Christmas in the park in Whangarei. Great sound.
Yeah.
Unlike the sound of this loser show. Right, so you had to wreck it by saying that at the end of it.
Was that Riff that wrote that?
I'm not sure. Not sure. I'm just not sure whether that's a positive text or a negative. It's positive for Andrew Fagan.
Well, absolutely, it's positive for the mockers, but it's not so
so
positive for us.
It's negative for me. I've got my surname is a plural, especially Matt Ward's.
You know what, though? You know what's so good about this show? How giving we are. I was prepared to read that text out knowing we got slagged just so Andrew Fagan will get some positive praise. You see?
Good on you, mate.
I don't mind. I'll take the hit for that.
Yeah, no, good on you, mate. And isn't it good to speak to guys like Andrew Fagan, because he's very old school, you know, and he goes around and they did gig after gig after gig, and that's how you get good, Lee, huh?
Well, yeah, that's what we did.
You know, that's what, when you say we, you mean Wild Turkey?
Oh, yeah, we were gigging all the time, 4 days a week.
Were you selling albums and stuff?
Oh, well, you know, CDs and stuff. Not as many as we wanted to.
Did you do blue light discos?
Most of the CDs we sold to was a skeet shooting range. You know, the clay bird shooting.
Yeah, ba-boom.
And we'd sold like racks of the stuff to them.
Now listen, the Brisbane Tens Flyaway, Radio Hodaki wants to send you and a mate to the Global Rugby Tens. To enter, head to our Facebook page, find the Rugby Tens post, and tag 10 mates. Well, just tag 10 people.
Yeah.
I mean, there might be people out there, Lee Hart, that don't have 10 mates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just tag 10 people. But don't tell them which one you're going to take, and you're in the draw. If you win, you'll get return flights to Brisbane, 3 nights accommodation, 2 platinum, 2 tickets, merch pack, and the winner will be announced this Friday, the 26th.
Unbelievable.
That is one hell of a prize.
Unbelievable. You heard it here on Bhuja. Now, what else we got happening here on the show, fellas?
I thought
top tips?
Well, not just yet, but I thought we were going into bloody the old KFC Wheel of Chicken, but of course that's tomorrow's.
Oh,
You're jumping the gun there, Jason.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Matty. I was all pumped up for that. But we do have plenty more coming up.
and you've got a bit of Jace's Slice O Life, haven't you?
Have I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got the sting ready.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Me too.
That's going to be neat. I'm going to do I'm going to read from Wilbur Smith.
Don't give it away.
I'm going to read from Wilbur Smith.
Pace,
I
Jace.
want to make love to you, Shanti. Velvet Revolver there on Radio Hodaki with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt this Tuesday afternoon. Hope you're having a great day out there in New Zealand.
Bit of breaking news before we go ahead, Jace. Just had word that Mr. Chang, the masseuse, has been arrested.
Oh, no. Seriously?
Yeah, I'm not sure. More details as they come to hand.
Jeez, that's real drama. Because I was going to go and get a massage off him tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd stay away from the place for a couple of weeks if I was you.
What was it, raided or something?
Yeah,
was
it was raided. His facilities, his massage parlour, if you want to call it that, was raided, and he's gone downtown.
Jeez. Well, we wish him all the best. I tell you what, the phone lines have gone crazy. Let's speak to someone on the phone lines. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
Who are we speaking to?
Brady.
Who, sorry?
Brady.
Braden.
Brody.
Brody. How you going, Brody?
Oh, I'm good, thanks.
Yeah, where are you calling from?
The mighty Whale Park.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice, Brody. So, what's going on, Brody? What's been happening with your day?
Oh, it's been alright. I just thought I heard the Bhuja Hawk.
Yes, you did. And because of that, Brody, we're going to give you a Bhuja Hawk t-shirt. How does that sound?
Oh, bloody beautiful.
Now,
You want us to chuck a set of cross-country skis in there as well?
Oh, yeah, I'd never say no to that.
Are you into cross-country skiing?
Not yet, but I mean, I've had the skis.
Okay, it's not an easy thing to learn, but once you get the hang of it,
they're not the Rudka
not the old wooden classics.
No, I was going to say, because they'd be worth
No.
thousands. But you've only got one of those, haven't you?
You've only got one of the original Rutger Hauer cross-country wooden skis, yeah.
Yeah.
Now these are a Nautica cross-country skis.
Well, you might.
Beautiful.
Okay, you're going to chuck those in, are you?
Oh, perhaps.
Good stuff. Hey, Brody, stay on the line, my friend, and our good man Tom will sort you out with that price. You have a great day, mate.
All right, sweet. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, mate. There you go, just like
I
that.
just realised I can't give those away.
Oh, well, you better tell Tom, because now Brody's going to be thinking that he's going to get a pair of cross-country skis.
What about the cross-country skis, Tom?
Yeah, Tom, don't give him the cross-country skis, just the T-shirt. All right? Thanks, mate. Queens of the Stone Age there on Radio Hodak. It just occurred to me, actually, how much the lead singer sounds like David Bowie, actually.
Yeah, he's
Queens
probably
of the
trying to
Stone
a little bit
Yeah.
in this particular song, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Now, listen, name our boat and win it. This summer we're giving away a brand new fishing boat worth 45 grand. Thanks to the bloody great New Zealanders at FC Boats and Boating and Outdoors. We're talking the Hamilton-built FC 535 centre console, complete with Mercury's 60 horsepower 4-stroke outboard and a Voyager trailer. Plus, we've loaded it with toys and fishing accessories from Boating and Outdoors. To win this boat, simply head to hodaki.co.nz and name our boat, and we're keen to hear your ideas. Also, you can also purchase anything from Boating and Outdoors in-store or online to get in the jaw. And we've also got loads of daily prizes. And our daily prize today, Matt, is a Hutch Wilco adult life jacket with probe light.
Sure bloody is, Jace.
That's amazing. So if you want to win that, call us right now on Hodaki, 0800 Hodaki, and you could very well win it.
What number was that again, Jace?
0800 Hodaki, Matty.
Gotcha.
Let's go to a caller online. G'day, mate.
G'day, how's it going?
Yeah, good, man. Yourself?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Sweet. Who are we talking to?
Max.
Max, how you going? You had a good day?
Yeah, bloody good, mate. Bloody good. Bit of rain, but now it's all sunny. So
Yeah. Beautiful, mate. You sound like a pretty laid-back character, Max. Would you describe yourself as a laid-back character?
Good question.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. At times.
Yeah, it's a good deep voice. It almost sounds like one that can do that, you know, when people ring up and ask for ransoms?
Actually,
No cops.
yeah.
No cops.
Actually, could you do that for us? Could you say, I need $50,000 before 12 o'clock tomorrow?
And unmarked bills.
And unmarked bills.
I need $50,000 by tomorrow in unmarked bills.
Jeez.
I'd give that to him.
Tom,
Jeez.
send him the cash for you.
Jeez. Hey, good on you, man. Well, the good news for you, you've won that little life jacket and probe light. How does that sound?
Oh, it sounds bloody good. Awesome. Thank you, boys.
No worries, mate.
No worries, mate. Stand the line, we'll get your details. And speaking of which, coming up on Friday, we're giving away $100,000 cash.
Are we?
So stay tuned for that.
Oh, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up.
Now, please welcome the show for bloody good Kiwis across the country.
It's time.
Time for This is Bhuja with Lee Hart and Jason Hoyt.
God, they know how to end a song.
Yeah, let's just check the time on that. 4 minutes. Just over 4 minutes. Okay, I'm going to let that one slide, I think. They've been pretty good over the years, the old foos. But can we just send a message, Tom or Matt?
Well, because they're coming over here very soon.
Yeah,
aren't
or
they?
maybe we'll just wait till they get here.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it in person.
Next.
I think that's always best.
Just keep it under.
You guys
359, 358 even.
You guys going to the gig?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Be backstage.
Yeah.
You going to get backstage?
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Well, I'm not, but apparently Lee is. You've got a backstage pass as well, apparently, Matty.
No, I've got a bloody wedding to go to.
Oh, you've got the boys' wedding, yeah.
Bloody unbelievable. Come to our wedding. Oh, beautiful. Oh, the Foo Fighters are coming.
Hey, now listen,
Right,
speaking
I've
of the
had
Foo
worse
Fighters
than
coming, thinking of gigs, this is your last opportunity. Text gig and the gig that you want to go and see this summer, and we may very well give you a call after the next couple of songs, and you could get tickets to said gig.
And it's a good gig as well.
There's a lot of great gigs going on.
Jealous of those tickets.
Yeah.
Tried to siphon them from
But I'll tell you what,
Stawley.
now listen, this is an exciting part of the show. I'm looking at the computer logging system here.
What's that?
And it's time now for Lee Hart's Slice O Life.
Yeah, thanks. Just kind of took me slightly by surprise that for a minute there I thought you were going to do another Name That Tune. I was really worried then.
Oh, no, but if anyone could do two Name That Tunes in the show, Lee Hart, it would be you, without question.
Well, a professional musician, you should be able to play more than 2 tunes in a row, shouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
for one,
my slice of life. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, I've got this idea that's been running through my head, but I want to bring it up later on. It's to
Okay.
do with shoes.
Oh, okay.
It's an idea I've been running with shoes, and I don't want to blow it.
Running with shoes.
Well, it's to do with phones and shoes, but I'll run it by a bit later.
Yeah, okay.
That slice of life. Okay, I mean, have you ever had when was the last time you say your wife tipped to say a whole pasta dish over your head?
When was the last time she did that?
Yeah.
Well, of course you'll recall she left a pasta nest in the bed.
I'm talking about literally.
On my head?
Yeah, followed by an Italian red.
No, it's been a while. Can't actually recall the last time that happened.
Okay, yeah.
She did a minestrone on me, but not a pasta dish. Why, has that happened to you recently?
Yeah, a couple of nights ago.
Oh, what was that
I
about?
don't want to go into it.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted to know if that's a common thing.
So what, she tipped a pasta dish on your head and then a bottle of red.
Yeah.
Wasn't an expensive bottle, was it?
It's hard to tell, to be honest. But
Can I ask, was that at home or at a restaurant?
I was at home.
Okay. And were you at a table or were you just sort of sitting?
Well, there was other people there. There was guests and stuff.
Right, okay.
Was it the whole bottle? Because that'd actually take a while to... You have to be there for 5 or 10 seconds.
Wouldn't take as long as a cask.
No, that's right.
But no, I just wanted to know. I mean, it was in the heat of the moment, of course, where we made up after that. But I looked a bit of a dickhead sitting at the dinner party after that. White shirt on and trying to make small talk with people. And,
what kind of pasta was it?
oh, it's kind of a creamy, it was actually more like a chili con carne,
Oh, okay.
but with pasta in it.
A creamy chili con carne.
Yeah.
That must have made a hell of a mess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just curious, that's all. Is that normal nowadays?
Oh, relatively normal. I don't think it's outrageously out there, but, you know.
Would you have married someone that was going to do that to you?
Hell yes.
On a regular basis?
Definitely.
I suppose what I'm saying is, isn't it better to have a relationship like that has spice to it, literally, as opposed to just one that's nothing?
Definitely.
I hope it was a rubbish Merlot or something, not like a 83 Latour.
Not red wine, you said. I don't really know.
Neither, I just made up a couple of things.
Here's racing.
Chianti, I think.
Don't give me that, Matt.
Subtle.
You
fellas.
are a shocker.
Subtlety.
Let's bring it back. We're not far off having a near perfect show.
Yeah, that's
so let's
true.
see if we can't continue in that manner.
I'm actually quite nervous because I've been so close to being a perfect show that I'm really worried about blowing it at the final hurdle. You know what
it's
I mean?
like that. You see it all the time with, what do you call that? Dressage.
Oh, yes.
Equestrian sports.
Not
perfect
dressage,
round.
the show jumping part of
Yes,
it.
going over, just knock that last little hurdle off.
Yeah, the hind
Literally.
legs. Well, Matt just did a bit of a hind legs whacking of the pole there with the people walking past there. I mean, it doesn't only make you look bad, Matt. It makes Lee look bad, and it makes me look bad.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm looking at the bloody cheese platter next door. I'm wondering when that's going to come through to the Hodaki office. They've got a lovely brie, I think, on there.
Now, Jace, I understand you've got a bit of a top tip for the kitchen for someone who wants to, what is it? It's a top tip, kitchen top tip.
Jason Lee's top tips.
Where are you getting that from?
Well, I think last time was a brilliant one about the toast.
Yeah, that was good.
Freezing that and, drying it out again, and then turning it back into bread with the water.
I was actually speaking
like that. That was great.
Thanks,
speaking
mate.
to Tom, saying we should get Tip Top to sponsor Top Tips.
Yeah.
That's a bloody good idea,
Tip
Matt.
Top Tips.
Tip top tips. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Hey,
what
listen,
do you got there?
I'm having a... Did you know... Here's an interesting fact about my garden.
The top tip or a
this is not
fun
where we
Well,
fact?
you know, it's kind of been foisted on me here. But I've got a crap load of tomatoes, right? And they're not ripening. And did you know that in a heat wave, tomatoes won't ripen? So what you can do is you pluck your tomatoes, put them in a bowl, and just put them on your kitchen sill there. And they'll gradually ripen over time. So there you go.
I'm still stuck on the use of the word voisted. I'm not convinced that's a word.
No, it's not voisted. Hoisted.
Oh, hoisted. Okay, that makes more sense.
Hoisted.
No, actually what I said was foisted on me.
Foisted?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, if someone foists something on you, they put you in a bit of a pickle.
Why don't you say thrust?
Well, I could have said thrust, but as I say, it was foisted upon me, so that's what came out first. I see we've ruined the perfect show.
Yeah, damn it.
Well, you need to give me a bit more notice about the top tip.
Hey,
Tomato chap. That's not a top tip.
Well, it's the best I can do under the circumstances.
It's got to involve glad wrap or something.
Well, look,
With foil, preferably.
Well, I'll have a little think about it and I'll come back with the top tip.
Funny you should say that. If you've got fruit that's not ripening,
Yes.
apples and this sort of stuff, tomatoes, of course.
Yeah.
Just wrap them in a bit of tin foil and just leave them on the bench in the sun, and that radiant energy just basically radiates through the foil, and they'll ripen twice as quick. Beautiful.
But don't throw that foil away, though, Lee. What do
No
you do
way.
with that foil?
Well, you use it next time, don't you? On your other fruit and veg that hasn't ripened. Beautiful.
Yeah, sorry about that, New Zealand. We could have done better, I know. Well, that's all right.
Hey, I learnt a new word.
Foist. Foisted upon thee of a day.
Of a Tuesday.
Here's Violent Femmes. Weezer there.
There's a new one, Happy Hour.
It is a new one on Radio Hodaki. Now, we've been talking about all the great gigs that are going on this summer in New Zealand. And we've been saying text through and text gig and the gig that you want to go and see. Now, Sam did that. Sam's on the line now. G'day, mate.
G'day, mate.
How you going, Sam?
It's Dan, but...
Tom!
Old stitch
Sorry,
up, Tom.
Dan. He's bloody doing this continuously to me now.
That's all right, mate. It's all right.
And so what's going on with Dan at the moment? How's things?
Oh, just home from work, just chilling out in the Wellington sun.
Oh, beautiful, mate,
You
beautiful.
can't beat Wellington on a good day, I tell you that right now.
That's right.
Do you ever get sick of people saying that, Dan?
No, not really.
Because it's
Have
kind
other
of
people
true.
said that, have they?
Well, you know, it's been said once or twice before. Now, Dan, with this great summer of gigs going on, can you tell me what you texted in and what gig you want to go and see?
The Killers, mate.
Well...
Which one?
Wellington.
Oh, thank God.
The great news for you, and it's a bit of a giveaway with the background sound there, we've got a couple of tickets to the Killers to give to you, mate. How does that sound?
That sounds awesome.
Who are you going to take with you, Dan?
Oh, probably my partner.
Beautiful, mate.
And will Dan get to meet the band as well, and all stage pass and
we could probably get in Brandon.
accommodation?
You and I know Brandon Fowles quite well, so we could
We do,
probably
actually.
get him in touch.
I can sort out the accommodation, so don't worry about that one.
You'll be fine.
Okay. I've got an aunt and uncle that live in Wellington, so if you wanted to stay there,
Were you going to bill it Dan out? Were you?
Yeah, they won't, mate.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's a good idea.
now listen, Dan, you enjoy that gig, mate, and give us a ring afterwards and tell us how it was, why don't you?
Sounds good.
Good on you, buddy. Have a great day.
I don't want to rush to wrap this up, but I think that they're filming next door. They had catering, and they just brought it out into the Hodaki office.
Oh, let's do it.
May want to get onto
Let's
that.
let's get out there. I'd probably play Jeff at my funeral. Yeah, he's a real tearjerker. isn't
Hold
he?
on, let me write that down.
What was that one called, Matty?
Jeff Buckley.
That one's called Everybody Here Wants You.
Yeah.
But maybe Last Goodbye would be more fitting from Jeff
Oh,
Buckley.
yeah, definitely that one. I mean, I could play the whole Jeff Buckley album, maybe.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, I don't know if you really want to be in charge of the music at your funeral. It's going to be,
So,
you're probably not the right person.
Well,
to,
I don't want you to be in charge of my funeral music because it'll be, the old shoe shuffling rock and roll, and it'll be
Well,
Elvis.
at least it'll be upbeat.
It'll be Elvis and bloody the Beatles and all that jazz.
so Lee writing down the songs for Jace's funeral suggests that you will outlive Jace?
Well, there's every chance.
Very good chance, man.
But how depressing is this? There's a bit of a change of tact here. I've been working with the company, an ideas sort of company, an idea for shoes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now tell me this: ever find your iPhone or something runs out of charge sometimes? You're out about town.
Hell yes.
Okay. What do you always have on you, as well as the phone? Normally,
A hip flask.
a pair of shoes. All right. So I'm proposing. Imagine a pair of shoes like a big thick pair of Nomads or something, but in the sole is one of those battery charger things, phone chargers. You just run a cable out of it into your phone. So if your phone's going dead, just tap it into your shoe, give some charge. Then at the end of every week, you just plug your shoes in at home to the main wall socket and charge them up.
Well,
So you've always got power in there, you see.
Well, what you could do in an environmental kind of way, Lee, because you're walking all the time, creating energy.
I thought about that.
Maybe there's some sort of friction scenario going on that charges. You get the friction from the shoes that goes into your phone.
Well, that'll be the next step, I think.
Yeah.
So you've got
step. Nice.
as you walk, you charge the thing. Your little Fitbit will tell you how much charge you've got in your shoes that you can suck out into your phone. You see?
So would you run the cable up sort of in your slacks and into a sort of...
Yeah, I don't imagine that you'd be walking along with the cable in there while you're talking. That could be a little bit messy. I'd imagine you're sitting down at a cafe or something. You just put your shoe up, cross your legs, kind of thing, and then plug your phone into your shoes. I don't know. It's just an idea, and this is the sort of stuff I'm coming up with all the time.
Sometimes the most stupid ideas can turn out to be the best, Lee.
Yeah, totally. Because you can say, "Oh, how about my jeans?" Or "How about my..." No. Because shoes are one of the few things you always have on, and you always have a favourite pair of shoes. Chances are, you can.
Well, if for example, you're going out clubbing for the night, you go, I better wear my rechargeable shoes.
That's right.
Because the chances are that my phone will run out while I'm clubbing.
And both of them can be rechargeable, you see. So you only have to charge one battery up at a time. It's a bit like two gas bottles at, when you've got running gas at a kitchen. One gas bottle goes dead, you just swap it over to the other bottle. Same with your shoes when you're charging your phone.
Bloody great
Sitting
idea,
there
mate.
texting. What do you think, Matt? You don't look convinced.
No, I'm just thinking that you could actually almost take your snakeskin shoes that you've got, and instead of having the snakeskin there, you could have little solar patches.
On the top.
Solar panel patches.
Oh, that's clever, Matt. That is bloody clever. Little solar panels
So
on the side of your shoes.
your shoes become absolute energy stations.
Yeah.
They're drawing solar energy from the top, especially if you've got your big sort of Nomad with the big sort of, the big paddle sort of look to it. Underneath, your friction can generate power, or you can plug the shoes in to the mains and get plenty of power that way. And you walk into a cafe and go, look, do you mind if I plug my shoes in?
Yeah, well,
just want to
exactly.
get a bit of
I was going to
charge.
say you could have in cafes and stuff like in bars and stuff. You could have a shoes docking sort of system where you just you plug your shoes in when you arrive. It'd be
One of
great.
those like shoe shine machines. You see those at hotels and that overseas where you stick your shoes in there and it buffers them.
Yeah.
With a brush really fast. Put a few coins in there, and somehow that system will power electricity into your shoes.
Genius. Absolute genius.
You probably get very sweaty feet though. That's all right.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe running electricity through them can sort of maybe get rid of some of the smell in the shoes,
the moisture,
all that sort of stuff.
I love it. Well, there you go. That's always a signal that another Daily Bhuja show is over and done with.
Yes, it is.
For
and
the
they
Daily Heart.
They go so fast when they're this good.
Yes, indeed. I'd give the show about a 6.75 out of 10 today. I mean, that's pretty high for me.
I thought you were particularly good, actually.
Oh, thanks,
this
mate.
show.
Oh, thank you.
You had a lot of admin to get through, and I think you approached that in a positive manner.
Yeah.
You relayed it in a very clear and distinct way, with
Thanks,
no
mate.
confusion.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, it wasn't your funniest show, it wasn't your sort of cleverest one by any stretch of imagination,
Well,
but
it's often
your
very-
nuts and bolts stuff was great.
It's actually very difficult sometimes to make the old admin funny, if you know what I mean.
Well, I didn't say that. I mean, just all the other stuff. I mean,
right, I see.
You played
Yeah.
a very kind of
straight role. Would you say I was a straight guy? And you came in...
No.
Oh,
I'm just saying, it's very Johnny Wilkinson first five kind of approach to it.
Right, okay.
You're playing percentage rugby.
Yes.
It was good.
I took the 3 points that were on offer every time.
Yeah, you did.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, we're going to be speaking to Kieran Reid sometime this week, the All Black skipper.
Big fan of the show.
He is a huge fan of the show because, of course, another season coming upon us pretty soon. And it'll be good to get his feeling about what the season's going to, the season ahead and all that sort of stuff.
He's recovering from surgery, isn't he?
Well, he is. Yeah, so
we'll find out about that firsthand.
And Dane Coles as well is going to have a chat to us as well.
Brilliant.
Another big fan of the show. Big fan of the show. Speaking of great radio shows, what's coming up in your show, Matt?
I could see where you're going with that.
Thanks, mate.
I've got a bloody world exclusive tune to play at 8:45.
Apparently so.
First time it's ever been played ever anywhere ever.
And in fact, Prebz kept coming in throughout our show going, for God's sake, Matt, don't say what the tune is on Daily Bhuja.
Don't say who it is.
Save it for the night show.
He's pretty excited about it, isn't he? He's out there, he's got drinks, he's got guests, everything, ready for the new show,
He's a
the new
duelist.
song.
He's even got a pair of nice new shoes on. Have you noticed that with Prebz?
Yeah.
So he's obviously excited about the release of this new song.
He is.
So can you tell the listeners when that might be released, Matt?
8:45.
Wow. Great stuff.
As well as many, many other things on the show, obviously.
Yeah, well, obviously, mate. Hey, it's been great having your company this afternoon, New Zealand. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, of course, with the KFC Wheel of Chicken from Lee, myself, and the Night Wolf. Take care out there, and Bhuja to you.
Yeah, anyone keen to go for a beer now or something?
Yes.
Cool.
I've got to pick up the kids, mate.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could put them off if you want.
It'd be nice,
Catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, I got to do the show.
Oh, you got to do your show, yeah. Oh, maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to do the show tomorrow too, don't you?
I was actually talking to the listeners, anyone out there keen for
okay.
it. Wasn't actually you guys.
Oh, right. I'm sure.
Text 3483, let me know.
Yeah, there'd be heaps that would be keen on that, mate.
Let it flow.